Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now to start talking about the final stages of building a house. In the last stage, the previous stage, we talked about how to build the walls. By now, you'll be having a solid structure with a foundation, with openings, and with walls. But the most important thing to put at this stage now is called a roof. So a roof has a foundation as well, and has some finishing parts. So we have to start with the foundation of the roof, which is called the framework. So to roof a house using either timber and zinc, you first need to install a timber frame for the roof structure. This typically involves laying out the rafters and securing them in place. By rafters, we mean the pieces of wood or plank that we need in order to lay on top of the building structure. So you have to lay the rafters on top of the wall and then tie them to the wall to ensure that they stay on the structure even when shaken by the wind or by other elements. So once the rafters are securely attached to the walls, you can then lay the zinc sheets on the rafters and drive nails through the zinc sheets just to secure them onto the rafters. It's very important to ensure that the roofing is properly sealed and waterproof to protect the interior of the house. So how do we do this? Here are the details. You need some zinc panels. When working with zinc panels, just ensure measure and cut the sheets accurately so that they can fit the designated area for the roof. Make sure that they do not overlap between the sheets to ensure a watertight seal and prevent leaks. So use a measuring tape and a sharp cutting tool to achieve those precise cuts. You have to secure the sheets by cutting them to size and fastening them onto the timber trusses. Remember, there is a foundation first, there is a wall, and then there are roof sheets, and then there are rafters, the wood, and then there are zinc sheets on top. So each and every one of these components relies on another for security. So when the rafters are properly attached to the wall, then that means that the rafters are strong enough, and then make sure that the zinc sheets as well are properly attached on the rafters to make sure that the structure can withstand whatever movements that can come in the future. After that, then you can then seal the joints to make sure that there are no holes left. Otherwise, the roof is going to leak, it's going to damage the timber, and it's also going to damage the ceilings, and the occupants of the house in the house as well are not going to be comfortable whenever there is unwanted water and sand and other forms of dust entering the house. So all these layers of protection will help seal any gaps and prevent any water leaks, especially during heavy rainfall or snow. Take your time to properly ensuring full coverage along the seams. One thing that you also don't have to forget is the ventilation. Ensure there is adequate ventilation to maintain a healthy roof and prevent moisture build up, because moisture is going to cause rust, and rust is going to eventually destroy your building. So here is what we are talking about at this stage now. After finishing with the walls, you have to lay down the rafters. These are the rafters that we're talking about. You have to secure them, attach them to the roof, to the walls rather. That is the wall. So when the rafters are attached to the wall underneath them, then it means that they are now strong enough to support the roof sheets that are going to be used in covering the rafters. So from the rafters, then you just cover the rafters with the roof sheets, and then you you attach the roof sheets onto the rafters by driving nails onto them. So even if you do not have all this kind of equipment, you can still climb on top of the roof on your own. Something that you can also do if you have someone who can be handing over the rafters to you on top of the roof. So when you finally install the rafters, and then the last thing that you can then do is now to cover those rafters with the zinc sheets. These ones are using what we call shingles, but you can also use roofing sheets, because they are cheaper, they are longer, they are bigger, they can also be as durable as these roofing shingles that we see. So roofing is very important to cover the house, so that there is no water, unwanted water and sunshine and all the other elements are getting inside the house. After roofing, we can now finally say that we do have a house, and anything else that has to be done is now part of the final phase that we call the finishing. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. All the best.